When a guy goes to a new team, there's nothing he wants to do more than make a good first impression. With over 100 hitters changing teams this year, some have won their new fans over, and others still have a lot of work to do. In this video, I'm going to look at the 10 best and 10 worst first impressions among hitters, and my next video will focus on the pitchers. Let's start with the good ones, and I have 2 honorable mentions. These guys haven't put in that much work, but in a small sample size, they've been awesome. Just a note, all these stats are as of Saturday, April 22nd. First, Adam Duvall of the Red Sox. He came out on fire before he got hurt, playing 8 games but hitting 4 homers, driving in 14 runs, hitting .455 with a 1544 OPS, but only playing in about 1/3 of his team's games. I can't give him a spot on here now. Also, Joey Gallo of the Twins. He hasn't been a full-time player, appearing in 11 games, only 36 at-bats, and although he strikes out about 1/3 of the time, he also has 5 home runs and 11 RBI. He's only hitting .258, which is pretty good for Gallo, but he does a lot of damage when he makes contact, having an 1135 OPS. Number 10, Teoscar Hernandez of the Mariners. Seattle was looking for some pop and they found it. 21 games, 5 homers, 13 RBI. He's not a great all-around hitter. He's walked twice and struck out 25 times, but still has a good .256 average and 771 OPS. Number 9, Brian Anderson of the Brewers. He's following the same path as Christian Yelich, going from Miami to Milwaukee, and he's hoping he can put up some MVP numbers also. So far, not bad. 21 games, .264 average, 790 OPS, 3 home runs, and only one other player on this list has driven in more runs with 16. Number 8, Connor Joe of the Pirates. He's appeared in 17 games and he's not much of a power guy. 2 homers, 8 driven in, but he gets on base a lot. Plus, he has 2 doubles and 2 triples. He's sporting a .357 average and 1089 OPS. Number 7, Brent Rooker of the A's. He's still relatively unknown. He only played 16 games last year between the Padres and the Royals, but in his first 14 games in Oakland, he's been awesome. He's hitting for average and power. .326, 4 homers, 11 RBI, 1051 OPS. He walks as much as he strikes out. Let's see if he can keep this up. Number 6, Andrew McCutchen of the Pirates. This isn't really a first impression, but he hasn't played a game for the Pirates since 2017, and now that he's 36, he's back and he's rocking it. 19 games, .277 average, 4 homers, 9 RBI, 911 OPS, and he's matching his walks and strikeouts. This may have been a feel-good signing for a guy at the end of his career, but he's helping the Pirates get off to a hot start. Number 5, Sean Murphy of the Braves. He really emerged as a star in Oakland, so naturally they traded him. He hasn't missed a beat. 18 games, just a .250 average, but 5 home runs, 15 RBI. Tack on 7 doubles, and that brings his slugging over 600, now with a 1032 OPS. Number 4, Cody Bellinger of the Cubs. Maybe all these games against the Dodgers are helping. So far, his average has skyrocketed up to .289, almost 100 points better than his last 2 years, and he's hitting for plenty of power. 5 homers, 14 RBI, 4 doubles, 4 stolen bases, a 914 OPS. He seems to like his new home on the north side. Number 3, Hunter Renfroe of the Angels. The Mike Trout doppelganger is actually outplaying his new teammate in some ways. In 21 games, he's hitting .288, and he leads all players on this list in home runs and RBI, 6 and 18, 954 OPS. This guy could always hit, and he's giving the Angels some help they desperately need. Number 2, Xander Bogaerts of the Padres. He just got $280 million, and so far, he's been worth it. In 23 games, he's doing everything right. .341 average, 5 home runs, 12 RBI, 983 OPS. He's only struck out 10 times in 98 plate appearances. He's been awesome. Number 1, Luis Arraez of the Marlins. Miami gave up a lot to get him, sending Pablo Lopez to the Twins, but he's been everything they could have dreamed of and more. 20 games, 32 hits. His .444 average and .506 on base leads the majors. He's not a power guy, but still has an OPS over 1,000, and he's only struck out 4 times in 81 plate appearances. He even hit for the first cycle in Marlins history. Luis Arraez is a hit machine. Now for the bad ones, and again, a couple honorable mentions. These guys didn't have high expectations, but still, it's not good. First, Jackie Bradley Jr. of the Royals. He's known as a defensive center fielder, not much of a bat, and so far this year, it's been more of the same. 14 games, 128 average, 390 OPS. Also, ROUGNED ODOR of the Padres. At one point, I thought this guy was going to be a superstar, and he just can't find it no matter where he goes. In 13 games, he's hitting 100. He strikes out 1/3 of the time, and his OPS is down at 373. Number 10, Josh Bell of the Guardians. For a team that's starving for some power, Josh Bell was supposed to be the answer. In 20 games, he only has 1 home run. He's driven in 9, and it's not like he's still hitting, just not for power. He's got a .200 average and a .640 OPS. Number 9. Dalton Varsho of the Blue Jays. We already saw Teoscar Hernandez on the good list, and Varsho was his replacement. The Jays are giving him a shot, playing in 20 games, but he's only hitting .222, a .641 OPS, just 1 home run and 4 RBI so far. That's not good for a guy that's been hitting 3rd, 4th, and 5th all year. Number 8. Jose Abreu of the Astros. Of the guys on the bad list, he has the highest average at .250. He's getting his hits, 22 for 88, but only 3 of those have gone for extra bases. He's only slugging .284, giving him a .574 OPS. He's hit cleanup every game this year, so that's not what the Astros ordered. Number 7. Will Myers of the Reds. We were thinking, go to a bad team, revitalize your career. But no, in 20 games he's only hitting .203, 2 homers, 9 RBI, .582 OPS, and nobody on this list has struck out more times at 27. Number 6. Jurickson Profar of the Rockies. He had some up and down seasons in San Diego, and now in Colorado he's been well below average. 19 games, 194 average, .586 OPS, 2 homers and 8 RBI. Number 5. Robbie Grossman of the Rangers. He split last year between the Tigers and the Braves, and it really was the worst season of his career. So far, he's starting off even worse. 16 games, 196 average, .550 OPS, 10 hits, and only 2 of them going for extra bases. Number 4. Brandon Bell of the Blue Jays. He played about half a season in San Francisco last year, and he wasn't good. This year, with a new team, he picked up where he left off. 13 games, 174 average, .566 OPS, 1 homer and 5 RBI. This guy hit 29 just 2 years ago, but he's fallen off a cliff. Number 3. Brandon Drury of the Angels. One of many promising bats the Angels brought in. RENFROE has worked out nicely, Drury has not. Last year, between the Reds and Padres, he had 28 homers and an .813 OPS, and now he's got just 1 in 19 games, a .484 OPS, 23 strikeouts against 2 walks, a .182 average. He's getting his chance to play, but he hasn't done much with it. Number 2. ALEDMYS DIAZ of the A's. He hasn't put in a full season since 2018, and his career started off so promising, so I was thinking, maybe if he went to a team where he could play every day, he might revive his career. He signed with Oakland. He's played in 20 games, and he's hitting .139 with a .413 OPS, 1 homer, 5 RBI. He has not taken advantage of his situation. Number 1. Colton Wong of the Mariners. He was coming off a couple of very solid years in Milwaukee, so he gets traded to the Mariners and it's not working out. 17 games, .094 average, .291 OPS, no homers, 3 RBI, no stolen bases for a guy who stole 17 last year. He started off as their number 2 hitter. Now he's batting 8th and 9th, trying to contribute to a team that's trying to get back to the playoffs. That's all for this list. Let me know what you think, if you agree or disagree and why. Before you go, don't forget to drop a like, and if you're new here and love baseball, please give me a sub. My next video will shift my focus to the pitchers, so stay tuned for that. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all next time.